Well, every year, seems like this time of year, we get all these YouTube thumbnails, watch me fish sketchy ice, blah, blah, blah. Look at me, I'm so brave, I'm so crazy, whatever. And it's borderline stupid. I mean, you'd never film a hunting video. Here, look at me, watch me hunt all day without my safety on, or get into a vehicle with a loaded gun. I mean, it's just ridiculous. And so, I don't know, I'm just a 50-year-old guy that respects the ice. I'd encourage everybody else to too. I mean, I want to get out there as bad as anybody, but if it's sketchy ice, you shouldn't be out there. And definitely, don't sensationalize it, and encourage somebody else to go out there, especially if somebody has, very little experience where they don't understand the threat or respect the ice. Because I tell you what, for most people, if you fall through, you're done. I mean, so many things about early ice, and safety. All it is to make you feel good, like float suits. You better hope that you get out of the water right away, because a float suit's just going to enable you to find the body quicker. Ice picks are something I encourage you to have, but even like these throw ropes, I mean, that's for somebody else. If you encounter somebody else is falling through, because if you fall through, I guarantee you're not going to be able to do anything with that throw rope. And even like on some of these float suits, there's like a plastic sleeve or zip up case where you can put your cell phone in. If you fall through the ice, you're not going to have the dexterity to even unzip your jacket. Okay, nothing works when you fall through the ice and get that cold. And so, biggest thing is when you go out the spud bar. What I like to do for early ice is on the notch of that spud bar up, I just tape it or mark it at 3 inches. Okay, and as you walk, you just give a good hard whack. And basically, after a good hard whack, if there's water that comes up, you don't have enough ice. And so you see here, takes about, I don't know, a couple of chips, and I would say it's right around 2.5 inches of ice. So we're on the very far west end of Devil's Lake here, up on Irvin specifically. 2.5 inches of ice, and that's just right off by shore here. The whole thing is froze over from what I can see, but again, it's going to take a couple more days here before we can venture out too far. But that's probably the big thing is, don't sensationalize stupidity. Be safe, and make sure, for myself, I mean, I want to have 3 inches of ice. 3 inches of ice for walking is perfectly safe, but here's the thing is there's no room for error. If you hit a spot, for example, where there's some moving water, maybe there's an old culvert, maybe there's a spring, maybe there's some geese sitting in an area that kept the water open, you can go from 3 inches to 1.5 inches or an inch in a hurry. And so, respect this early ice. Don't go out without a spud bar. That's the most important piece of equipment. The other thing I'd highly recommend is wearing a good pair of cleats. I've got cleats built right into the soles of these boots, but yeah, we have plenty of winter, but no sensationalism here.